They all went.
Am I on? This is a big crowd. Good morning, Lisbon. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to try and talk a little bit loudly. One, because of my accent. Clearly, I'm not from around here, so that you can understand me. Secondly, there's a lot of noise with a big exhibition in the background. So I wanted just to spend a few minutes talking to you about how our strategy, my strategy, and what we've done at Hilton in terms of how we use technology. We've heard this morning from Ryanair and the previous panel around creativity, magic, and how you can deliver customer service. I wanted to talk a little bit about technology and how we use technology to open doors. Opening doors is about meeting new people, new customers, closing sales. We heard from Ryanair around their booking conversion on their websites, etc. Technology can also make you more money if you get it right, and lose you money if you don't. And finally, ultimately, and people kind of think this is a bit of an anathema, but actually technology can win hearts. It can win you loyal customers that will choose your brand and your product and pay more for it because of the technology, because of what you've offered them. And I'm just going to kind of unpack that a little bit in the next few minutes. I'm not going to talk a lot about Hilton specifically. It is a brand that doesn't really need a lot of introduction. We have 14 brands across 104 countries and over 5,000 hotels. So it's not just what you all know and love as Hilton Hotels and Resorts, but we have 14 brands. That makes technology and innovation change really difficult because you can't do it in the cloud once. Every customer that walks into every one of our 5,000 hotels every day wants that experience consistently. And so, yes, you do it in the cloud, but how do you make get that great experience, that wow factor, and deliver it in Abuja, and deliver it in Lisbon, and deliver it in London and New York, everywhere. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about that. And the other context is not just we're in a distributed environment, but every single one of us, and I can see every single one of you, has multiple devices. We're in a world where we have become accustomed and expect to control our lives from the palm of our hand or from your wrist or from your voice increasingly. And so in that world, we have to think about how do we embrace this new world and how do big, major, established brands, Hilton, the company, is 98 years old. How do we stay relevant in this rapidly changing environment? And so I talk to people about it because I'm like the head of digital, and people are like, well, we're in a service business, Geraldine, right? We're in the business of people. But actually, every single one of our companies and every single one of you, we're all human beings still. We might have devices, we might have bigger expectations, but we all live in a physical world. We have relationships, we have hearts, we have minds, we think for ourselves. As we heard earlier, it's not all scientific and it's not all about data. There is art in addition to science. You all always on to digital world. And so if you look at physical, digital, to do Hilton is that 1 and 1 equals 3. To take the beauty of people, to take really good, really useful, not gimmicky technology, and make 1 and 1 equals 3. And what I call phygital, which is fusing the two together such that you get better out of both and you deliver what customers want and even better. That will allow people and human beings to still enjoy great experiences in our hotels, in your brands, with your products, with really good technology that I will show you, but technology not for technology's sake, not just because it's what people think is the great thing that's out there right now, that will ultimately give people a better experience. That will mean they will buy more for our hotels, buy more for your product, will make them more loyal, and it will win their hearts. And I'm just going to give you a few examples of how we have set out with that strategy in Hilton. And we focused on our app, and we call it One Hero app. We started 7 years ago with all of our brands having individual apps. That makes it hard to innovate. That makes it hard for customers. Even I would never have 14 of our brands on my little tiny phone. I'll choose the one that was really important to me. So we have consolidated into and had a strategy of One Hero app. And how did we develop that and design it? Because it's not just about booking. We looked at our customer. Because essentially that's where everything leads. And in many industries, you have a customer journey. Customers begin to think about, dream. Should I buy that? Do we really need this? Do I want to go to the Maldives? Do I want to go to Lisbon? So it goes from dream all the way through the transaction. We used to call it the funnel. All the way through to when they're with us, when they stay or experience the product. And then when they leave, we heard earlier about influencers and the importance of social media. That is really important. And I believe that if you get the right customer experience through digital, great people, great technology that's useful to people, your customers become your marketeers. And so we started with our beginning of our customer journey, dream, shop, and book, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that we have done there. And I have a few principles about what do we want technology to do. We heard earlier about magic, that word, magic. I used this, I couldn't change the slides in time, although I did try. Surprise and delight, something that when you open up the app or you use it or you're a piece of technology or an experience that actually it doesn't blow you away. It's kind of like one of those things you go, oh, that's cute. It's just very discreet. So surprise and delight, what can we use? Something that when you use it, you never want to. So sticky technology, i.e., I want to experience that product. I'm not going to go and stay in that hotel because it doesn't have this. And we've got a few examples of that ultimately delivers that better experience. And so some specific examples that we did. We started 3 years ago with what we call digital check-in. And I know this is a big room, but hands up those who flew here that chose their seat when they went on the airline. Because you do. You don't want to be in the middle. I would imagine that few of you will have chosen your room when you checked in the day before and chose your room in the hotel. Which floor do you want to be on? Where is the lift? Where is the vending machine? Where is the ice machine? And basically mapping out every single one. We are still, Hilton is still, we started with this 2 years ago, we're still the only hotel company on the planet that allows you to check in the day before and from little floor plans, choose your room all the way down to the room number. And our customers love it. So we started with digital check-in, scale, 100% of our guests 100% of the time have to use it. So we started there and there was a point of friction. We then worked with our partners at Google to overlay onto Google Maps so that you can not just see the floor plan that's behind me, but you can also see where it is in the context of which road or which street it looks out beyond that. So we have all of our floor plans at 5,000 hotels overlaid onto Google Maps. And that was, again, I get an email every day from the team that gives me every rating and review in the App Store, and I read it, and one of the things was, I'd love to be able to see which road it looks out. So we worked with Google and we overlaid it onto Google Maps. Third, click. It's broken. digital key, which means that check in the day before, choose your room, show up at the hotel, your phone is your room key. So if you don't want to, you don't go to front desk. So digital key, we now have that at 2,500 hotels. And we're trying to make some fun about back to customer and not about technology, but making technology meaningful for customers. Here's a little short clip of how we are marketing that digital key technology and trying to have a bit of fun.
I gave you the key when we were leaving the room.
I gave it to you at the pool.
Ooh. Did he just use his phone?
He just...
Like bleep bleep?
Whoop, whoop.
Open your door with Digital Key, only on the Hilton Honors app.
Bleep bleep?
I don't know if you heard the first part of that, but she was going, gave you the room, and we gave you the key when we left the room, and they're having this kind of, like, we've all been there. So it's trying to not say we have digital key, but trying to make it real for customers. So I'm expecting a spike in app downloads at the end of this. And now I'm clicking and it's not working. And then finally, personalization, pin your favorite room. So if you go to a hotel frequently, you can then on the floor plan say, this is my favorite room. And then next time you go, the room that you have favorited will have a little love heart next to it. So I'm just going to give you a short clip of how we are marketing it. So we focused on our app. We went from 14 to 1. We focused heavily on making it the best app in travel. You look in the App Store today, it is by our customers, back to customer at the heart. It is rated higher than any of our competitors. It's rated higher than Uber, Expedia, all of the other all of our partners and competitors. So it is one of the best apps in the industry. But you can't stop there. And so in the last few minutes, I'm just going to show you what we're doing next to make it better. And it is really tough. We're a 98-year-old company, and to get the best app in travel is really hard because we're not a startup. And that is, I talked to our board about making it us go from moving from a cruise liner to be a speedboat. You can't have old business requirements. We'll take them away and we'll give you back what you never wanted in the first place. Agility, nimble, and moving, that speedboat mentality. And so in the area of the customer journey, in terms of where you stay and engage, we've sorted the first part to the extent that we can. We have now got live chat functionality. That means that if you're sitting here and you're staying at the Doubletree Fontana Park in Lisbon, you can text the hotel and tell them that you want extra towels, a bottle of beer, whatever, in your room for when you get back tonight from here. So live chat with the hotel that you're in before, during, and after your stay. If you can say, I left something in the wardrobe. Personalized in-room entertainment. You've never been in the hotel before, but the TV turns on when you walk in. It's got your name on it, and it's got your preferred channel, your preferred app, your entertainment live. You can stream. We're looking at streaming Spotify. It will link through all of your accounts seamlessly. Again, it's all about seamlessly. You don't want to keep entering passwords and passwords and passwords. So we're really trying to figure out how do we create one point of authentication that then allows you to everything. And then finally, and this is my favorite bit, you ever ordered room service in a hotel and thought, I get time to get in the shower before it gets here? Because we always say, it'll be between 40 to 45 minutes to get there. So we have worked with, this is the surprise and delight, I did this myself on PowerPoint, but it is going to be live shortly because I've shown it so many times that our CIO has said, all right, we'll do it. We're going to use our floor plans to say, when is it in the oven, when is it out, when is it on its way to you, and then when it's on its way to you, you'll be able to track it coming down the corridor. It's not working. Click. I am clicking. Oh, no, you have to do that again. Can you click it for me? See? Isn't that cute? I'm not doing anything. Okay. You get it, right? The little hamburger goes up and comes down the corridor, and you can track it. And if it's a bottle of beer or a glass of wine or whatever. So that's a little bit of surprise and delight, but also function so that you know if you can get in the shower or not. So with that, thank you, Lisbon. Thank you, Web Summit. Have a good time.